Offside.
Coutinho. Sending it through for Mendes. Mendes pulled it back. Coutinho couldn't keep it with him. Saka cleared. It's felt a challenge. The referee waved play on.
Again, good from the referee. Let's play in for the free kick.
Doué.
Too much.
Too heavy for Dembele. Luis Enrique, a little hint of what might be.
Well, it's noticeable. Here we are, less than 5 minutes in. That's now 2 real forward bursts that Vitinha has made. I just wonder whether that's to try and catch Arsenal by surprise, shuffle their defensive formation around a little.
Offside.
It's interesting, you've got 4 very talented wide players out there. And the PSG wide players have been pretty nullified. The Arsenal wide players' best work has been without the ball. And that's the way the game's gone.
Pulled wide again. Jockeying and tackling. And clearing. Still seeking here to be the 4th English club to be champions of their own country and the European champions in the same season, following on from team of the 70s and 80s who did it twice, the great Manchester United team either side of the turn of the century, and most recently Manchester City in 2023.
2 teams in the quest for greatness, haven't you? Back-to-back UEFA Champions League victories for PSG, and for Arsenal to become only the 4th English team to do that double that you've just described.
Only Real Madrid, who did, of course, 3 in a row during the course of the last decade, have gone back-to-back in the Champions League era. Arteta likes the decision. There is a little red-faced about it all. Clouting it long. Saka's interested. Safanov has come a long way again. Mosquera. Marquinhos is there. So much more of it at the start of the second half.
We saw a lot of it in the first half, but it was generally prompting and probing and going sideways and trying to make things happen. But this half so far, Vitinha is driving forward every opportunity. Doubling up again, Arsenal.
Neves, but a pullback that only fell to Saka. Saka came away with it. Leaving it a heartbeat, the referee has penalised him for his challenge and indeed booked him for it.
impressive. Fired up. He flies in here. Leading with the studs a little bit. I think that's possibly what the referee saw. Just watch there, look, the studs. Not sure how much of Doué he got. If we would deem that dangerous play.
Yellow card at once. Showed it to Bukayo Saka. Scored twice against Paris Saint-Germain last season, once in the group game and once a consolation in the semi-final. As you can see, the free kick here, which is plumb centre, though a fair way out. It'll take quite a clout to beat David Raya from here. In the Premier League season, Dominic Szoboszlai did for Liverpool, but there aren't many. Coutinho might be a candidate. Hakimi is adjacent to the ball, and so from left back is Mendes. Hakimi, and Raya's probably done that well.
Good handling as well. Really important.
Mendes. Scalia. Mendes. Scalia running at Saka and beyond. Scalia's cross. Hakimi. Hakimi took it back from cross-arm, no foul. Fabio Ruiz. Refound his position. Invited Raya to put a boot through it. It's going to come down for Havertz, who, as John previously indicated, crashed into Patro. John's happy to take the contact.
He's certainly putting himself around. Kai Havertz backs in there. Left arm catches Pacho. PSG not happy with it. There's the free kick from Hakimi. Gets a good sighter of it, David Raya.
The free kick is too poor.
Deals with it really adequately.
Mendes looking to get on the end of that pass. Mascara was not prepared to let him through. Nor Saka.
Yeah, really good tracking back. That's what I'm saying about the wide players of Arsenal. This is brilliant from Bukayo Saka. Tracking back, gets his body between man and ball, and earns his team a foul. Takes any pressure off.
ticking up towards the hour mark. In a sense, I suspect, for many Arsenal supporters, the countdown began the moment Havertz rippled the net.
In a nutshell, that is basically what has happened here this evening.
Still more than half an hour to play. And certainly for a team like PSG, it is absolutely true to say that it only takes a second.
27 consecutive games they've scored in all competitions. They usually find a way of finding the back of the net. You can't imagine they're going to go through a whole game without creating a big chance. So far, that big chance has been elusive.
Failed to score once in the Champions League this season. That was just before Christmas in Bilbao. A goal was drawn. Thought he took that cleanly. He needs to be careful about his reaction. And he is on the card now. Arteta didn't like it much either.
He reads what Joao Neves is going to do and gets his body in the way.
That's a good ball for Doué. Just away from Dembele, helped on its way by Luis Skelly. Recycled by Neves, who has it back from Vitinha.
Yes,
this is Parisian purpose. This is Kvaratskhelia, and that is a corner.
But the game is predominantly, it's literally all being played in the Arsenal half of the pitch here. They're having even less of the ball in the second half than they had in the first half, Arsenal.
In by Dembele, out by Raya, down by Hakimi. Vitinha, Mendes, Doué, Skelia, Dembele.
Penalty!
Daniel Zipa did not hesitate a heartbeat.
Penalty!
The mercurial Kvaratskhelia, just too elusive. And Luis Enrique sees a way back.
Yeah, a little give and go. Mascara, he's desperate, the defender. He has a lunge, and it looked from where I am that he doesn't get the ball. There's the give and go, goes to ground. Referee has a brilliant view, desperate at this point, and he kicks through the back of Kvaratskhelia. That will not be overturned. The referee, you have to say, perfect position. He's given the right decision.
PSG and a record from the penalty spot this season. They've scored only 8 of their 14 penalties, only 2 of 5 in the Champions League.
Everybody see him.
Dembele 4 of 6.
Everybody see him.
Vitinha 1 of 2. Ramos 1 of 2. He's not involved.
Yeah, no
check
goal
his ongoing.
Pashao. Son of your penalty.
I would be staggered, to be honest, if that is overturned.
And the check is over. And it is a penalty.
Son of pure penalty.
I don't think you can argue with that decision. It's desperate defending. It's a player who knows he's in trouble, desperately trying to get back, retrieve the situation.
At the moment, Vitinha has possession of the football, but we know it is in vogue these days for one player to protect it and deflect the limelight. It doesn't necessarily mean he'll be taking it. He did score one against Guillermo Vicario and Tottenham in November. One saved by Philippe Court of Monaco in the playoff round. it is no surprise that he has handed it over to Ousmane Dembele.
Make him no use pressure. Make him no use pressure. No use pressure. Play this penalty. Now Dembele won't play.
And there are some Parisians who are struggling
Make
to
him also
watch.
use pressure.
Past the hour mark. Ousmane Dembele.
Enter! He enter! Confirm!
Parisian pop back into it. An immaculate take from the bearer of the Ballon d'Or.
Enter!
And PSG are back where they started.
Enter!
Well, the pressure
Yes!
that he must have been feeling.
Yes!
That was the moment. They've struggled from open play to create anything, but this is it for PSG. Can he stay calm? Dembele, you bet. Sends David Raya the wrong way. It's a brilliant penalty. And now they've put themselves in a brilliant position here.
Choice back, but 2 months without a game, and he has a massive half hour in front of him. Martin Odegaard is also giving way, yielding the captain's armband, and Victor Gyökeres is on in his stead as Arsenal change gear.
Yeah, you score in the 6th minute, and then you sit in and you hope that you can defend against one of the greatest teams in the world. It's a tall order, really, and they've paid the price for that, Arsenal. And those changes now are designed maybe to take the game a little bit more and control the ball a little bit more when they have it.
They enter the second half, they push Arsenal,
And I think a wise substitution of Mascara as well, because he could easily have been given a second yellow card for that challenge that yielded the penalty.
Forward by Saliba. Arsenal have to do it again. Goals change games, and the dynamic of this game is hugely changed.
Well, they change games because they change mentalities. That is the key. Of when you score a goal or when you concede a goal. There is a small part of me that would have loved to know, if you'd have said to Mikel Arteta, it'll be 1-1 after 67 minutes, would you take it? I think he might have said yes.
It's clear that his principal concern was not to be blown away, and he certainly hasn't been blown away. Dembele was poised from the spot. It's Paris Saint-Germain level again. It's this final, right on a knife edge. Doué again, missed out Dembele, saw the run of Hakimi. Hakimi played it against Nkapie behind the corner.
They don't unleash a police. They don't unleash police. Maybe
PSG have turned up the wick.
Some gangster, their head look correct. They will go to fight against national supporters or against supporters there.
Sure. We're teasing. Hakimi. Pele. Plays deep delivery, too deep.
The question for Arsenal now is, can they get Victor Gyökeres running down the sides, running in behind? That's what he did so well against Atletico Madrid. But here's the penalty again. Calmness personified, isn't it? Cool as you like. Even if David Raya had gone the right way, probably wouldn't have saved that. Brilliant from Dembele.
For David Raya, since he conceded a critical goal in the Premier League to Erling Haaland at Manchester City on the 19th of April, that is only the second goal he has conceded, both to penalties. Julian Alvarez for Atletico in the semi-final, and now this one to Dembele in the final. Kepa kept goal in the Premier League at the weekend. It was he who conceded to Mateta and Crystal Palace. But it would be really interesting to be if we could fly on the wall, as it were, for this Arsenal invitation now.
Very, very much so. I think this is really timely for Arsenal, more than PSG.
Bex is having fun.
Yeah.
So he wore the shirt of Paris Saint-Germain for a while, and he has some celebrity pals there. Taking some treatment. Actually have the warm weather break with 20 minutes of the 90 still to play, and as things stand, of course, the possibility of half an hour beyond. Support has been fabulous from both sides. It's only the fourth European Cup final actually between clubs from two different capital cities. And the first of those, this really amazed me, the first since 1971 when Ajax represented Amsterdam and Panathinaikos at
Arsenal messed up for this second half. This goal now, Arsenal cost up. Because PSG just started out the second half before they beat them. Then said they go back. Because they know say their defense is okay. You understand?
And back for Leandro Trossard. And stolen away by Vitinha. Distributed for Doué. He didn't hit that in.
Fascinating final 20 minutes here now. You can already see with the bodies that Arsenal have committed further forward that the dynamic has changed in the game.
Rice giveaway. Hakimi's onto it. Usman Dembele, has that taken the nick off Gabriel? I don't think it has. It's just a goal kick.
Gabriel, just a little word with David Raya. That's really careless. Can't afford to be giving the ball away in those areas. Gets away with it this time.
He's done the damage, he's won the penalty, he's up against a different fullback now in Timber. Saka doubling up.
This game is
Vitinha! With the netting from the outside.
Certainly momentum with the champions. You can see the technique there, cuts across the ball to send it spinning, dipping. Can't hit the target, but you can feel it building in their favour.
He has picked on the English this season, Vitinha. Of his 6 Champions League goals, 5 have come against English opposition, including a hat-trick against Spurs in November.
Are they not playing Saliba?
Havertz at the back of Pacho, he's taking the ball here, Kai Havertz. In goes Bukayo Saka, and out comes Savinov.
It's a clumsy attempt to try and find Saka. He's been at the heart of all the good situations, hasn't he, Kai Havertz, for Arsenal. It's a heavy pass. But the game's getting stretched, and PSG, you would think, would love this. Hakimi.
Yes, he got Arsenal don't they go back again.
Ruiz.
The one bring Arsenal out. Was that back was that day. Now, for that first half, he weak PSG.
Nkapie, Gyökeres, Trossard.
The only thing that PSG get now, DM and the front line. Apart from that, now their defense no dey.
Trossard. Doué's foul. And a quarter of an hour to play.
Looks like they're going to try and take advantage of their physicality here. Graham.
Saliba no dey.
The free kick. Central defenders have gone forward.
Timber. Going long. Here's something different. Trossard. Gyökeres. Trossard. Still up there. Pacho away. Trossard. Nkapie. Too heavy for Gabriel, but here's William Timber. Saka outside of him to drive at Mendes. Saka. Skelly. Back in again by Lewis Skelly. Nicked on by Rice. Really critical intervention from Pacho. Right back. Saka dwelt on it, and PSG got bodies around it.
Saka went the wrong way, and now they're in
Can you
trouble.
play counter?
Kvaratskhelia is on his
Play
way.
counter.
Doué through the middle. Dembele waiting too. Kvaratskhelia against the frame of the goal.
Got deflected against the frame of the goal. I mean, it all comes because Saka turns into trouble and then they spring. It's what they're capable of. PSG in a flash turned defence into attack. Here it is. Once he doesn't make that challenge there, Saliba is charging back. And he's in trouble. It's Miles Lewis Skelly gets across, and that is a vital deflection, a goal-saving deflection.
Mendes. In by Doué. Kvaratskhelia, funny enough, just about the same square yard of grass from which Havertz scored early in the game.
Really important right boot. Miles Lewis Skelly gets on that.
Dembele's corner, backpedaling momentarily. Well, you'd be brave or stupid if you committed too much either way now. Gabriel Heinze there, the first lieutenant for Arteta. They played together for Paris Saint-Germain a generation ago. Snapped forward by Rice. Laid off by Havertz. Rice. Saka to worry Mendes. Mendes wasn't worried. And again by Saliba. Lewis Skelly. He's lost it to Doué. And Doué can dash beyond halfway. And keep dashing. Lewis Skelly got between man and ball, and the whistle's gone in his favour.
How good is that? I mean, it's bad in the first instance. He gets dwelled. And he gets a hook off Desiree Doué because he's just played in perfectly. Great recovery.
So this time for Noni Madueke, and not just him, Gabriel Martinelli. Big throw of the Arsenal dice upcoming, but there's Leandro Trossard.
feels like there's a nearly moment at both ends, actually. I wonder if we are going to go to extra time, because you can feel a goal, can't you?
Somewhere.
See, like 3 or 4 times.
Arsenal just working their way slowly back into this, because they've been having way less than that 42% of the ball than they've had in the last 15 minutes. PSG always a threat.
Hakimi, Ruiz, Zoué, Scalia, Dembele, Scalia, flick it in for Mendes, it didn't come off. Timber sorted out, but now Timber is out of position. Doué could wait and look into the eyes of Saliba, and with a corner.
So Saliba doing a corner. Wow, Arsenal just did like the film too.
Immense jeopardy now. This is pit of the stomach stuff, into which Martinelli and Madueke are going to be tossed.
Ginger them, because it be push front.
I don't think they'll come on until after the
Avoid
ball.
when they push front. Somehow, or sometimes it will not go enter your head.
Scully has taken a seat.
Quinhos, isn't it? A little shove.
Continue to share the moment. Dembele's near post where it did get a little flick. Marquinhos, I think. Perhaps Pacho, the two centre-halves were there together. Little matter, here are the Arsenal changes. Martinelli for Trossard is a natural one. Oft made this season. And Madueke to Saka is of course equally natural. Saka has been missing times over the course of the campaign. Madueke has been his natural understudy, and so it is again now for the last 7.5 minutes plus of the Champions League final.
Yeah, certainly in the case of Martinelli, very different player to Trossard. Madueke, maybe similar to Bukayo Saka.
Scalia. Havertz looking to steal it again. Lukaku. Chapier touched into the path there of Gyökeres and away by Marquinhos. Potentially to go long again. Towards the near post. Nudged on and nudged away nervously by Neves to Saliba. Madueke. Aim forward for Barcola to stretch his legs for the first time, and he is really rapid, Bradley Barcola. What a reach for Raya. That is goalkeeping of the very elite echelon.
Unbelievable goalkeeping. Not over yet though.
Barcola once more. Martinelli to break the other way. Picked off by Marquinhos. Vitinha.
It's nerve jangling, it really is.
That was just first class. If there is a better goalkeeper on the continent right now in club football, then well, he must be good, because David Raya has been immaculate for Arsenal this season. Well, it must be, because he's not even Spain's number one. Unai Simon for Bilbao gets that jersey. Hakimi. Already demonstrated what he has in the locker. Marquinhos. Hakimi, that's another corner.
Corner count stacking up once again. How good is this? He's got to decide, should he stay, should he go? He decides to go, and he has to get the challenge right. He's brave, David Raya, and it's a perfectly timed challenge.
He is a millisecond there from giving away a penalty. In by Dembele, away by Madueke, back by Vitinha. Mendes kicked. Martinelli's on his way. Jokeres through the middle. Madueke is there as well. Martinelli, neither one thing nor the other.
Well, it's the same as 10-15 minutes ago. They had a situation where the pass was overhit and there was a possibility of a genuine goal-scoring opportunity. These are the little details that can make the difference.
Marquinhos. It's away for Hakimi. Timber. First there is Fabian Ruiz. Ruiz can hoist it in, and Hakimi can get up. This other is well wide.
There's a long throw again. Dealt with. Ended up anywhere. Same reactions there of João Neves to hook it away. He knew it wasn't going to be like last year, didn't he? He said so.
Torres could barely be more unlike last year. One is going to the wire. Last year they won it by half-time. This year it's appearing they may need extra time. That's a really good ball, Doué. Doué. Just over by Vitinha. And that is a chance.
He missed that chance.
It's a let-off. A couple of players struggling now out there this late stage. But then Capia, look, can't get back to help Gabriel, so he's 1v1. When that ball breaks to Vitinha, there's nobody else you'd rather on the end of that. Tries to pass it into that corner of the net. It's not a million miles away. He's just going to be disappointed that he hasn't tested David Raya.
supporters who haven't stopped singing
My fans say,
the afternoon long, who started pouring into Budapest 2-3 days ago, and who are not going to get away early. 6 minutes added on at the end of the first half, and 6 more which actually haven't started yet, so it'll be more at the end of the second. No less vociferous, those from Paris, and indeed from all around the world, bearing the colours of these famous clubs. There's not much by way of neutrality, and there is an awful lot of tension in the eyes of all who look on. Final in this arena, in this city. It's 5 or 6 minutes away from being extended.
You have to say, until the penalty, the equalising goal, it was very, very tactical all the way through. The penalty, it's brought it to life. Arsenal, I think they realised they couldn't just sit back and soak it up. They would lose this game. So they've tried to take it to PSG.
For Barker, and Rice makes the tackle. How many of those has he made since last August? He's feeling the pace. Don't forget, the very great majority of these players have a World Cup coming into view, and there'll be national managers. Didier Deschamps won't enjoy the look of that. Rice, she's going to America with Sweden, though playing here in the city of his roots. Of course, a Hungarian surname. His grandfather fled Budapest in 1956 during the Civil War here. Could have represented Hungary internationally. He did grow up in Sweden. He was part of the Swedish system. He is Graham Potter's principal striker in the international tournament to come. And PSG are going to throw on their battering ram centre forward in Gonzalo Ramos.
Physical aspect is starting to show. You can see everything's just slowed down a little bit. The last 5 minutes, players feeling it. It's been a long, hard season.
It's Doué's cross. He'll get another go. Going to reload. To try and make it stick. There's for Pacho. Marquinhos. Ruiz. Hakimi. Yes. Marquinhos. Second slipping away. Hakimi. From here, next goal wins if there is one. Mendes.
Cannot move.
Doué.
When I play offside, when I play game off now.
Boy, these moments are tense. Hakimi. Ruiz.
When I play games off pitch now.
Vitinha. Fabian Ruiz. And by Timber from in front of Barcola. And now Madueke. And then Havertz. He was taken down by Neves, and Neves has his name taken.
It's a very worthwhile yellow card in his defence. Something good was developing for Arsenal. It's a tactical foul, it's a cynical foul.
Change up top. Dembele, we saw, was beginning to struggle with the pace, and Gonzalo Ramos is the alternative centre forward. Very different sort of player, but another who is full of goals. Brings danger to the party. So Arsenal's turn as we tick towards borrowed time. Raya forward. Gabriella, Gyökeres competing. Came out to Declan Rice. Gabriel. Martinelli. 97th minute. In by Martinelli. Hooked away as far as Saliba. Flung wide for Madueke. Yurin Timber. Saliba, cleared by Marquinhos. Rice was first there again but didn't take it. And Doué has freed Barcola. And this is a clear run on goal. And this is the moment! And he's flashed it high and wide. And Arsenal breathe again.
Yeah. Again, with Arsenal pushing, wanting to be a bit more offensive every time they lose the ball. There's a threat, it's pace, incredible pace, but he's not really composed.
That was the last kick of the 90 minutes, the 90 plus 7 minutes as it turned out. He could have been a hero with the final action, not so. And so there will be more action. Kai Havertz very early for Arsenal. Dembele from the spot midway through the second half. It is Paris Saint-Germain 1, Arsenal 1, and extra time will follow.